Hey guys, Liz Stapleton here from elizabethstapleton.com, and today I'm going to be going over 5 reasons your website isn't getting the traffic you want. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate if you go ahead and subscribe. Let's go ahead and dig into it. Okay, so you read or you hear a lot of things in blogging about how traffic doesn't matter and it's a vanity metric. And to a certain extent, that's true, except you have to get to a certain point in your traffic before it actually doesn't matter that much. Traffic can absolutely matter. It makes difference, especially if you're focusing on ad revenue. Okay, so 5 reasons that it may not be, that could be why you're not getting the site traffic you want. The first one is you're too focused on social media. So social media can be great to build a tribe and to connect with people, but it's not always a great way to drive traffic to your site. And so while it definitely has its place, you don't want to be spending all of your time on social media because you may not see the return in terms of traffic to your site. I would focus more on search engines like Google, search engine optimization, or Pinterest is a visual search engine, or YouTube is a search engine. So I would focus more on those than social media in terms of traffic. Not that Facebook and Twitter and stuff aren't great to connect, but they're not usually, in my experience, and I know a lot of others, they're not usually the biggest traffic drivers. All right. Number 2, you're ignoring your existing email list. So most bloggers have an email list because that's been beaten into our heads, right? Everyone needs an email list. Gotta get your list. You gotta grow your list, But, and I've been guilty of this in the past as well, sometimes emailing that list, sending them broadcast, falls through the cracks. And that is an untapped resource for traffic because they're already a fan of yours. They already want to read your stuff because they went and read your stuff and signed up for things. So every time you have a new post, go ahead and email your list and be like, hey, I just want to let you guys know I got a new post up. This is what it's about. Chances are you're going to get some clicks. You're going to get some traffic from there. So don't ignore your email list. They can really help you sort of get things going on a new post. All right, number 3, which I kind of mentioned already when I talked about social media, but number 3 is you're ignoring search engines. So while social media has its place, search engines like Google, Pinterest, YouTube tend to provide you a lot more long-term traffic and consistency in traffic as opposed to like something going viral on Facebook and then dying out. Pinterest, the average life of a pin is 3 months, whereas like the average life of a tweet is 20 minutes. So it can provide you with a lot more traffic in the long term. Google obviously is a fantastic place because everyone goes to Google for answers. So being able to rank in Google by focusing on your SEO will help you with your traffic. Okay, number 4, you're taking action on things that won't make a difference. And again, I've been guilty of this. Typically when I want to procrastinate, I will go work on tweaking things on my site because of course our websites are never really done. Like I just completely redid my homepage. Did I absolutely need to redo my homepage? Probably not, but I was getting frustrated with this whole doing this whole ConvertKit cleanup, which is driving me nuts. And so I was like, I'm going to go do something I know how to do. And I went and I updated my homepage, which you should totally check out because it looks awesome. It's actually helping me build my list. But it wasn't it wasn't something that was going to make a huge difference for my bottom line. So if you are struggling to get all the things done, I really encourage you to take a look at, okay, what are the things you're doing that are producing the results? And that's where you're getting into, Parkinson's law. Maybe that's not where things take up the amount of space you give them. But also there's the 80-20 rule where 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. So that means 80% of your actions are like BS. I mean, some of them need to be done because admin and things like that. But chances are you're spending a lot of time on things that aren't going to push you forward as much. So really take a look at how you're spending your time and make adjustments so that you're working on things that are really going to move the needle forward. Okay, like SEO. And then number 5 is you're giving up too soon. So traffic growth takes time. It's not like 0 to 100,000 in 1 month. I mean, unless you're doing paid ads up the wazoo. That could potentially be possible, but that would be really expensive. And if you're struggling with traffic, means your site's probably not bringing you much, and you don't want to spend that much money on ads. You don't have the money to spend necessarily. So building up traffic, especially through search engines, which is great traffic because people are going to your site for answers based on what they searched on, takes time, like minimum 3 to 6 months. So don't give up too soon. I see that a lot with Pinterest. Actually, just had a Pinterest client cancel recently. They're like, it's not really bringing the traffic we want. We'd really only worked on it for like a month and a half, 2 months in there. No, month and a half. Yeah. And so you really need a minimum of 3 to 6 months to really start seeing growth. Pinterest, you can see it a little bit quicker. You'll start to see it in about 3 months. But Google may take up to 6. So it just takes time. So keep at it. I know it can be disheartening sometimes when it doesn't seem to be moving, but if you check, like a search engine, check your ranking and stuff. If you see your post slowly moving up to rank well in, Google, or if you run a search in incognito on Pinterest or something, you're going to get there. It just takes time. So don't give up too soon. So the bottom line is, there's a lot you can do to increase your traffic, but it's just as important to stop doing things that aren't helping you. Cut back on social media, start emailing your list, start paying attention to search engines and optimizing your site for search engines, and, focus on the things that will actually move the needle forward, and don't give up. So give it a good 3 to 6 months. And I bet you in 3 to 6 months, you're going to be where you want to with your traffic, or at least a lot closer. So I hope these tips helped. If they did and you like my video, please take a second to subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.